All right, what's going on, everybody? 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here. And you're looking at the Western Caribbean and what we call the Central American Gyre. And that's this area right here. It's a big area of low pressure that forms in here, and it kind of develops a bunch of moisture. It's been suppressed down to the south, and later this week, it's actually coming further to the north. We're going to get a little bit of a broad area of low pressure develop up here in the central and western Gulf, and it's going to allow this moisture to kind of pinwheel up over western Cuba and up over South Florida. And some of that is going to get here in the Tampa area, and that's where we will be watching. All right, that's what we're going to have to be watching. So what's up, everybody? 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here. Just kind of making a quick one today, but just coming back from vacation. I was actually down in Central America in Costa Rica over the last week, and definitely going to bring some of that rain back home with me. Lots of rain while we were down there. Kind of typical stuff though. Didn't really cancel anything. Actually, it was really cool to see. So let's talk about what's happening here. So what you're looking at here is the surface map, and I want to take you where we are today. You see this front across the Carolinas through Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas. Watch as we get in tomorrow morning. Watch it sliding southward. You see this tomorrow afternoon, and then look what happens by the time we get to Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon. It stalls down here across South Georgia and North Florida. Now, we are not going to get a cold front here, okay? That's just not going to happen. But that sets the stage where when we start throwing moisture north towards Florida, it's going to get trapped up against that front. And so that's going to help squeeze some of the moisture out. Now, look, the devils are in the details here with this, because I know you've been hearing all about all this rain that's going to be happening. But I got to tell you, there are going to be some of us that don't get a whole lot of rain and some of us that get a whole lot of rain. And so here's the bigger picture. And what you want to watch is basically this moisture down in here, right? This is just pinwheeling up in this direction. Okay, so watch what happens as I kind of put this into motion for you. Make sure you can see this yet. So this right here is Wednesday morning. South Florida certainly getting it. Tuesday, some rain for the Tampa area. Wednesday as well. But then watch what happens as we get into Wednesday. When is this one right here? I need my glasses. That's Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning. That's when the rain really starts to get into the Tampa area. Late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is Friday morning. Watch Friday afternoon. Rain's coming back again. But now, watch this. This is Saturday morning, and you see this broad area of low pressure developing right in here, right? This is likely to develop, or not develop, but to drift off towards the north and the west, into the western Gulf of Mexico. It's the counterclockwise flow around it that's helping to bring in this moisture, all right? I'll talk tropics with that later. Not a big deal, right? This is a rainfall event for us. This is Saturday afternoon. You see a little low trying to develop off our coast. This is the European, by the way. That would be Sunday morning sunrise. The low is now over here, headed towards New Orleans, a weak low. And then actually, during the day on Sunday, the rain's pulling away. It's moving out over the Gulf of Mexico into Monday. That's Monday afternoon. We'll still have a few showers along the coast. Now, that was the GFS model. Sorry, that was the GFS. This is the European. Same setup, right? There you go for, let's just back this out. This is tomorrow afternoon into Tuesday morning. So a few showers around tomorrow. Tuesday morning, but look where the rain is. And I'm going to zoom in on this. And I've seen all these posts about all the rain we're going to get, and we are going to get some rain. But depending on where that front ends up, guys, some of us are not going to get that much. Especially, you know, Mother Nature tends to use I-4 for some reason. It just works for us. That I-4, because it's a north-south divider, right? So I can always say, you know, north of I-4, not as much rain. South of I-4, we're going to get more rain. That's going to be the case here until we get to Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday. That's when Tampa's best chance for rain is. And then Sunday, still some rain, but it's pulling away. Okay? So let's take a closer look at that. This is the European model. Let's go to tomorrow afternoon. All right, look at that. I-4 is basically right in there. All right, so look how much of it is south of I-4 and how little is north of I-4. So we're going to be, you're hearing all this stuff about all the rain, but you may not see a whole lot, right? Now let's go out to Tuesday morning sunrise. More rain. Look, remember the I-4 line. Still south of it for the most part, but some north. That's Tuesday afternoon. Now let's go to Wednesday afternoon. Look where it is. Still well south. Let's go to Thursday afternoon. Now, Thursday night starts to fill in Tampa northward. Again, here is just kind of the I-4 line, something like that. That's a little low. You get the idea. Now, this is Friday morning, decent rains. And a lot of this rain, I think, is going to be coming in the evening and overnight hours. It's not going to rain the whole time. But there you go. You can see Friday afternoon, pretty soggy. That's when we get some of our heaviest rain. Thursday night, Friday afternoon, Friday night, and Saturday. To me, that looks like the best chance for all of this to come in here. So, yeah, the week's starting tomorrow, obviously, but it's really going to be more so as we get into the second half of the week that we see most of this rain. All right, that's the European. This is the European rainfall totals. Again, here is I-4. And this goes out through Sunday night. This is a week worth of rain from here on out, right? You can see I-4, and look, we're up here. We're talking 2 to 3 inches of rain, maybe 2 to 4. Down here, Manatee, Sarasota, that's a foot. That's 13, 14 inches near Marco Island. Okay, so big time differences into where this ends up. That's the European. Watch this. I'm going to flip over the GFS. Look at this. Here's the I-4 corridor for the GFS. 2 to 4 inches here. 5 to 6 to 7 south of there. So again, a big time difference depending on exactly how this plays out. Now look, we need the rain, clearly. You can see again, let's do your I-4 here. You can see where the drought has been. So it's going to let me do it. Right up there's the I-4, right? So that's where we've seen a little bit more rain north of there with systems that were coming in from this way. Remember that? Like in the late spring and whenever we did get any rain. And then they kind of dry out as they come further south. And that's why you're seeing that trend right there. Now, let's talk tropics. No activities expected over the next 2 days. This is the 7-day forecast. This was as of this evening, just now, in fact. So we're not expecting any development. Let me show you the GFS version of it. And this is an ensemble version, so it's showing a bunch of different lows. So you see something like this, got a low here, a low over here, a low over here. That's just different lows. That doesn't mean they're all going to develop, right? This is Thursday night. It's got that little low trying to develop off of our coast, one developing over the Yucatan, another one here in the Western Caribbean. None of the, and not all of these will form. But what you're seeing here is the model thinks, there could be a low here, there could be one here, could be another lower pressure area here. There's not going to be that many, but it's just the idea that it's sniffing around, right? And I can show you a little bit different, just so you don't have to see the circles. You can see where all those red L's are, right? They're seeing somewhere out here in the central Gulf of Mexico is where they think some lows may develop. And you see how it's all drifting off to the north and the west. And nothing really big. And if you look at these numbers, nothing really low. So development may eventually try and spin something up quickly. It would be over, I think, in the western Gulf of Mexico towards the weekend, if that were to happen. That was the GFS. Here is the European. European's pretty similar. The lows are all over the place. Nothing big. Nothing major. You see some lows towards the Yucatan and moving over the Bay of Campeche, that type of thing. I'll show you a different look at it. Again, let's back up a little bit. So you can see all these lows here. Central Western Gulf of Mexico, and that would be by Saturday, Sunday. This is Monday, a week from today, right? So in tropics times, a week out's a long time. So right now, I'm not expecting any development out of this. This is the European forecast model. What this says is, what are the probability of seeing a tropical depression? And this goes out through next Wednesday, a day, like a week and a half, essentially, right? What are the odds of seeing a tropical storm? A lot less. Okay. This is not a tropical development situation, although, again, we might get a depression somewhere down the line. Not concerned about that for us. This is a rainmaker for us. This is not a wind maker for us, okay? So that's the good news for that. And look, guys, we need the rain, right? We need the rain. Just watch it, because depending on how this plays out, some people are going to get too much rain. Especially southern Sarasota, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands counties, down southward towards Fort Myers. So the further north you go, yeah, we're going to get some rain, especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But we're not going to get as much as I think the folks in South Florida are going to get. So if you've got friends or family down in Miami, they're going to want to see that too. Okay, guys, that's it. Starting to crank up these lives now since we're here at the beginning of the season, starting to get a little bit active. Behind this, the setup behind this, and let me get you out there, is more of a rainy season pattern. See this east to southeast flow? Here's all the mess, right? This is by, what is this, by next Tuesday afternoon. Okay, so all this that's here kind of starts rotating around and it comes up in this direction. Once that's done, the overall flow starts to come back to an east to southeast flow. That is a rainy season pattern. Now, it's going to be humid this week. Dew point's going to be in the mid 70s. When that happens next week, that's not going to change. We're going to be warm, we're going to be humid, but we'll be heating up, and we will be seeing some afternoon showers and thunderstorms behind all this. I'm really talking next week, right? The week ahead is going to be warm, it's going to be humid, especially the next couple of days. But finally, with all the record heat, mid to even upper 90s, the rain that we're getting is going to cool things off. And I know a lot of you will appreciate that. So that's another side effect. A good rain amount here, and also we'll cool those temperatures into the mid and upper 80s by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the vacation before work tomorrow, and I'll probably shave all of this off here too. And then I'll see you on TV tomorrow. All right, guys, don't forget, subscribe and like all this stuff because I'll be certainly posting a lot on social media. See you guys.